Hi everybody, I'm back. I'm sorry about that abrupt end there. My SD card ran out of room. Okay, so if you see here, what I did was I've already added the banner and I added those teeny tiny stars made with this punch from Hobby Lobby. It is their Paper Studio little punch and it's nice. I like it and it cuts through that glitter paper just fine. So now, oh, and then I was explaining about my throwback tools from Creative Memories. And so on the other card, I used this punch here. Let's see, it's this kind of like cutesy heart. I love that heart. But then for this one, I wanted to do something different. And so I used this one, which is even older. Remember these? If you don't, then you are really, really super new to paper crafting. But a lot of us that have been around for lots and lots of years have that, probably have a drawer full of those. And I still use mine, so they're good tools. Okay, and so then what I did was I thought it'd be really cute if they had a little star cut in them, just for added detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Or actually, I'm not going to cut because they're already, yeah, I am going to cut. I'm crazy. Okay, so we're going to cut this out. Stick it to the back. Love my fun foam adhesive or glue dots, or not glue dots, pop dots. And I'm just going to put it on this medium size banner here, and I love how you can see like a little shadow in there. That's so cute. We're gonna make these at a crop today. Today is actually a Sunday, so after church we're getting together at one of my friend's house and we're gonna crop together. And then tomorrow, Ramen and I are getting together as well as today. So it's going to be a great weekend of cropping together. Okay, then, and these were just some other ones I cut using washi tape. I put paper on the washi tape first. I put washi tape on paper first, on white paper in this case. And then I just punched them out. I wanted to see how they would look in silver. Very pretty. Then I've got all these little stars that are left over, so I don't need those right now. But I do need this mat for the stamping portion. So we're gonna do a little bit of heat embossing, but do not, and I'm talking to me really, this is not heat resistant. These mats right here, unless I guess it says it, it would be cool if they came out, or maybe one of you out there knows about someone. I would need it, okay? Because I do have this craft sheet right here that is heat resistant, and I love it, and I do use it for that. But when I'm working on one of these mats, I generally forget, and then I go and use my melting pot, or I go and use my heat tool over it and then it warps. I've done it to several of them and I'm getting kind of tired of doing the same, making the same mistake. So if anybody knows of something that's heat resistant, that's self-healing like this, with the grid and the numbers and all of that, can you please tell me? Because I would totally be really into that. I'm going to make sure I clean this stamp here. This is from that same Stamps Sampler to Love from the Stamps of Life, and I was a member of the Die Hard club, but I couldn't keep up with that, so I am not a member anymore. Not because of the quality or anything like that. It was just I had to, something had to go for 2014. So now I'm like a member of the Close to My Heart club or something. Oh goodness gracious, I need a support group, don't we all? All right, so This is Versamark, okay? This is watermark. It says watermark stamp pad, that because you can do a tone and tone or a watermark on a piece of solid cardstock. So essentially you can make your own background paper, pattern paper that looks like it's tone on tone, if you understand what that means. Like, it's not an additional color, it's just like a darker or a lighter of the same color. But you can also use it for heat embossing. And I just realized that I don't think I have my, here it is. Okay, so this is what I use. I tend to buy this when it's on clearance. It is the Recollections Detail Embossing Powder. I don't buy anything expensive. You can buy it, you know, at Close to My Heart and different sellers like that. I just buy it when it's on clearance. Okay, that works just fine. And then we want to use a dye ink, and this happens to be Heidi Swapp's Archival dye ink, which I am loving, by the way. Archival means that it is waterproof. So this is great if you're going to want to mist with color shine or color mists of any kind, and you're wanting to do like mixed media and stuff like that, or if you're stamping and you're worried about it getting wet in any way and you don't want the colors to run, this is great for that. You can also use it with a, oh gosh, what's it called, a foam blending tool, you know, the Tim Holtz one with those foams. You can ink with this just like you do with the distress inks, but then when you wet it, it won't react if you're just wanting it not to react, okay? Because sometimes there's a place for that. With the distress inks, we tend to want them to react because that's the beauty of the distress inks. But if you don't want that to happen, then you would use this, okay? So there's another tip about why archival dye ink. So this is important. The steps that you do this in, this is important, okay? What you want is when you stamp, okay, this down, you want to have the layer of Versamark ink or embossing ink on the top, and then the next layer of ink should be your color, okay? So you stamp first. Number one, step one, you're going to, you can re-ink these. They sell re-inkers. They get really dirty and grungy, but they still work just the same. Then, if I didn't want color, I would stamp it now and it would do it clear. Then you could do an emboss resist, which if you want to know more about that, you just tell me. Okay, and then we're going to ink this really well. Make sure we got lots of color on there. And then we're going to stamp. Okay. And then we'll cover that up. They are very inky and the color dries so smooth. I love it. I may have to get that yellow that I told Robin I didn't need. She is laughing at me right now. I know it. But I don't need the black or the brown because I have the Archival from Ranger that is black and brown. In fact, it's the exact same packaging. So I'm kind of wondering, you know, is it really the same thing? Just in Heidi Swapp colors? I don't know. I know she's friends with Ranger, so I don't know though. I'm not saying it is. Okay. Now we're going to, this is just a coffee filter that I keep in my bag to act as a funnel. It just catches the excess, and then I'm going to pour it into my, back in my jar. But if you don't have coffee filters, you can just use a piece of copy paper, a scrap, any kind of scrap piece of paper will work. And then we fold it and we pour it back in here. Simple. And do we have any more in there? Okay. Cover it up, put it away. Then we take our heat tool, and I have the Stampin' Up one, but The Close to My Heart one is maybe made by the same people, and maybe possibly they might all be made by EK Success. I'm not sure. It says Interac. I'm not sure, but you know, I say just get a good quality one if you know you're going to do this. Okay, so you just, I'm not doing it down on here because remember, it'll warp. Just kind of move it around and you'll see it start getting clear. Okay, and so now it's kind of smooth and shiny. It's not what I was going for. I think I did it for too long. Or I didn't put enough embossing ink on there. I'm not sure. Let's try it again. And see again, I haven't used this Heidi Swapp ink for embossing, so I don't know. I'm just cleaning it so that I don't get that blue ink on my embossing ink pad. But even if you did, you know, it's okay. Most things are repairable. I'm just gonna make sure that I've got plenty of this ink on there. And we're gonna really ink it up with this one. You can tell it's not sad. I'm gonna hold it with this, and we're gonna pour it on there. I'll put it away after. And then we'll heat it. I'll just do it from the bottom. You see it's changing. It's turning glossy. I'm just going to move it all around. Glossy. Okay, and then there you have it. It's a shiny, let's see if we can focus here. Okay, pretty, really pretty ink. I like it a lot. So then this finishes off my card. This will get popped up as well right there. And then this gets popped up on the card at the end. See, it's got lots of dimension. Dimension on the base, the card base, dimension on this, and dimension on the little hearts. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you. I do appreciate your comments and just really sweet people out there with very encouraging remarks. So I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Thanks.